Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are doing the demo for the last case of John Morley, I think it's pronounced. This demo is happening right now on Steam's Next Fest. So if you do like the look of it, once we start, pop on over and wishlist it. It will help the devs out massively. And as far as I'm aware, this is just your classic detective type game, which, as you all know, if you have watched me play Agatha Christie, I love a detective game. You might see a few detective style games on this Next Fest demos, but I'm trying to do different ones. But I like what I like. So, and I like the style. It looks like very old, maybe London Sherlock Holmes sort of style. But let's just get straight into it. New game. The last day in the hospital. Is this going to disappear as soon as I go to read it? No, okay. The last day in the hospital, the piercing light of the morning sun stirred John from his restless sleep. For months, strange nightmares had plagued him, and even the strongest sedatives couldn't dull the weird visions that haunted his mind. Another day in this wretched hospital. His wound still ached, but he felt no regret. Despite the accident, he brought the culprit of those ghastly crimes to justice. After all, isn't that the duty of a good private detective? Okay, so I'm a private detective. Okay, the one who actually played him, so I'm in the hospital. Okay.
Name's John Morley, private detective, and today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox, today I'm finally free. Who would have thought that the case of the Red Shoes murder would end the way it did? A stormy night, soaked to the skin, wrestling that brainless killer on a rooftop. Then a slip and a 5-story plunge.
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
Okay, I love how it's fully voice acted. That makes my job a bit easier as well. And I love the models. It's very Ellie Noir vibes I'm getting from it. So let's see what happens when we click here.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares.
Okay, belongings.
My belongings? I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table.
Okay. Results and discharge.
So I'm better now.
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
Well, that's good. Close.
A woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled.
Thank you.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
New key clue unlocked. So, open the case file to character information and clues. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. You haven't taught me how to do that. Case file? No. I'm just pressing buttons. Inventory, I for inventory. Here we go. That's Beth Kelly. She's 32. Nurse, head of ward at St. Dimphany Hospital. She oversaw my recovery after I was badly injured following a dangerous conclusion to the last case. Conclusion to the last case. A steady hand and sharp eyes, but you can tell she carries the weight of a job. I haven't discovered any clues. Didn't you say that I just got a key? Metro discharge, patient number 5567, 27 room. Discharge resolution report, attendant Dr. A. Forna, final review and conclusions. So this, what it says on the, I'm pointing like you can see me point. What it says on the right side is different to what it says on the left. Right? The patient has demonstrated satisfactory improvement in all preoperative objectives. The surgical procedure conducted under protocol ETC has been deemed successful. Upon completion of final tests and provided that the patient report feeling physically and mentally prepared, medical discharge is advised. No post-operative complications. The following medication has been prescribed to manage potential residual symptoms. Chlorpromazine. Okay.
That's me, the bloodhound Morley.
Okay, and the key.
Nearly broke. Blimey, it's nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares.
Okay, my jacket.
And fedora hat. Every detective's must have. This note's from Penny, my secretary. She must have left it here a few days ago while I was still under observation.
John, I'm awfully sorry, but I just can't keep going like this. You've been laid up in the hospital for ages, and I've been left skint with no wages coming in for months now. Before, with the state you were in, I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I thought it was best to let you get better in peace. But the other day, Dr. Forner ran and said we were finally going to let you out. So I figured it was time to tell you. I haven't been to the office in a month, and believe me, I'll miss Hawthorne Street and that old mouldy brick building of ours. But I've got to move on, and you know, even before the accident, you still owed me 3 months' pay. Peter and I are planning to get married, and I need some stability. I hope you understand. I've left my key under the doormat. I paid the water and electric bill, so those are in your hands now. Goodbye, John. I wish you all the luck in the world. P.S. A few days ago, an older woman came by asking for you. I told her you might be back at the office this afternoon. She seemed quite eager to have a word with you.
Damn it, Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I've managed to lose the only 2 things that kept me grounded. Her sound advice, always spot on, and the faint hope that she might dump Peter and give me a chance.
Oh, do you have a thing for Penny, do you?
The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional.
I haven't finished looking in your room, Doctor.
All I took onto that rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally.
The patient, this is what I've read over there. That's what I read here, right? Yeah, so this bit here on the right, it seems to be the exact same thing. But it's written here. So I might have to let the devs know about that. Oh, okay, this is a lot of stuff.
So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. Could there be a chance I might win her over?
Let's
I usually use the Windsor knot. I should get myself a pair of derbies. Or brogues. They're much more comfortable. Besides, if I slipped, It was because of those damned hard soles. Looks brand new. The collar's pristine.
Put your pants on.
Of hiding any belly. You can't complain about that. Well-structured shoulders, nicely padded. Gives off an air of authority. Keeps the crooks wary and catches the ladies' eyes.
Okay, let's go. This way?
Better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away.
Okay, she doesn't want to talk to me.
All right, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life.
John Morley's office. At last, back to the streets and the cold comforts of foggy old London. The chimneys filled the air with the familiar tang of coal dust, while the rhythmic hum of the small industries in Whitechapel, Stepney and Southwark ran in its ears like a symphony. Soon he'd be seated in his cluttered, dusty office once more, ready for the next case, perhaps finishing off some forgotten bottle of whisky tucked away in a drawer, and mourning the irreplaceable loss of his assistant, Penny.
Back again. Feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise.
Look at the puppy. Okay.
Everything's got that same old charm, and yet feels oddly new. This hospital stint's given me a bit of a new outlook. Maybe I'll take it a shade easier from now on, sticking to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue.
A lot of boxes, telephone, my key.
Penny's keys, just like it says in her note.
Detective John Morley has solved the intricate case of the Jade Mask. Is that another game?
So this is Peter. That smug grin's got "punch me" written all over it.
Now, jealousy is not a good colour.
I ought to give her a ring and try to sweet talk her into coming back. If this new client brings in some decent dough, maybe I could settle what I owe her and use a little charm to win her over.
Gun?
Got a weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one.
Dr. John Morley has solved the case of a spurned mistress. What's this?
The case of the Red Shoes murder. One of the most complicated I've faced. Finally. Case closed.
Is this just something about a yarn board? But I just love looking at it and just love, like, I don't know, it's just something about it. I can't look at that. Oh, there we go.
The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away the typist in the black letters case.
These are his cases, okay.
Cases, clients, debts. Too many debts. Far too many.
What's this?
This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab.
Black letters case.
A bullet hole. Souvenir from the marksman case. Nearly lost my hat on that one. This one's a favourite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal, but effective.
Okay, what else is there?
My desk, strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out on me. Another one of my cards. But this one has my last name circled.
Okay.
The drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole. Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details.
Okay, so M-O-R-E. Wait, no. M-O-R-L-E-Y. M-O-R-L-E-Y. Oh?
The Scarlet Page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things while I was away.
Oh, hello.
Oh, my apologies, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honour of this meeting?
Lady Margarette Fordside, the 4th Countess of Blombury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavour to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered. It happened at our family estate, Blombury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart.
Oh dear.
The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you £30,000 if you take on this case, and a further £30,000 if you can solve it and bring the true killer to light. Tell me, Mr. Morley, will you accept this case?
I understand your distress, Lady Fordside. But before I commit to anything, might I trouble you with a few questions?
By all means, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
That's a lot of money, isn't it? Why now?
A case that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice. But all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story have managed to uncover anything. Then one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grievous injuries. On the advice of your secretary, Miss Penny, I waited patiently for your recovery. And now, here I am.
Okay. The wrong men.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves who were terrorizing the county at the time. Though they swore their innocence in my daughter Elodie's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elodie was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up, Mr. Morley.
Doesn't, no. That sounds suspicious.
Tell me about Blombury Manor. Do you still reside there?
After Elodie's death, I abandoned the estate. I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody. The delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long, Mr. Morley. No mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Blombury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation. I shall not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
Okay.
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping draught and fell into a deep slumber. It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
And that's everything.
I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'm pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow morning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the culprit, contact me at once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining £30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
I really hope I do get to. I really don't want the demo to stop there. Thankfully it hasn't. Shadows from the past. The visit from Countess Margarette Fordside was just what John needed. A case with all the right ingredients to stir his detective's instincts. An unsolved murder from 20 years ago, abandoned by the police in their incompetence, and a generous reward waiting at the end. What more could a man want on his first day back? The journey to Blombury Manor passed without incident. Over the rough, neglected road, ravaged by years of rain and wind, made for an uncomfortable ride. He arrived under the cover of night. The place was quiet, like the ruins of an old tomb, forgotten and forsaken. Well, it looks pretty.
As I made my way through the dense forest path, a haunting silence enveloped the air. It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight. Every step I took felt like a step deeper into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten.
Oh, I love that. I love the storytelling. Okay, let's go. Let's get into it. Oh, it's creepy. Okay.
Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's hiding something.
Place of hope and healing. At Westland Asylum, we believe that the path to recovery begins with compassion, understanding, and the most advanced techniques of mental health care. Our institution offers a tranquil haven for those seeking respite from the trials of the mind. Why did the door lock behind me? That's what I want to know. Oh yes, Countess Lady Margarette Fordside, 68, an English aristocrat from a noble bloodline. 20 years ago her daughter Elodie was brutally murdered. Now after all this time, she's come to me to finally put the pieces together and solve the case once and for all. If you look closely, you can see it in her eyes. She's been carrying the burden of her tragedy for far too long. Now, this is a weird thing, and you don't have to believe me, but I read this here. Well, it's handy, but I can do this. I read this paragraph and then actually looked at her face and then read this one, and I looked directly into her eyes, which I thought was a bit weird. Okay, 20 years ago. Yep, okay. Oh, my footsteps echo. Your Ladyship, I write to you on behalf of Westland Security of Fine Arts regarding the expedition currently on display at our gallery, which features several weeks' works by your daughter, Miss Elodie. While we fully appreciate the remarkable talent and artistry evident in her work, it is with great regret that we must inform you of a matter of concern. Several of the Society's patrons, particularly among the more sensitive members of our community, have found Miss Fortside's paintings to be highly disturbed in nature. We have received numerous complaints with mothers remarking that the artwork has caused distress to their children, and some ladies reporting feelings of unease. There is a growing sentiment that the pieces are unsuitable for public exhibition, particularly in a space frequented by young and impressible minds. It is with the utmost respect and consideration that we kindly request your ladyship to arrange for the removal of Miss Fortside's paintings from the current display. We understand that this may cause disappointment, but we feel it is necessary to preserve the decorum and sensibilities of our gallery's visitors. We would be honoured to work with you in finding a more appropriate venue to exhibit Miss Fortside's art, with her unique vision can be appreciated by more concerned and prepared audience. We trust you will understand our position in a delicate manner, and we look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience. So was this going to Margaret, this letter, I assume? And we're not too happy about it?
It seems Elodie had a passion for art, but her style wasn't exactly well received. Disturbing, from the looks of it.
Is that her art?
Painting. It's rather grim. There's something deeply unsettling about it. Almost like it carries a shadow of its own.
Oh, I hate how everything's like creeping.
The door's chained up with a padlock. Looks like I'll need to find the key.
Okay.
A blue moon. Fitting for a place haunted by its own secrets. Looks like the Countess left this for me. It could be useful for getting around the place.
Okay, F to turn on the flashlight.
It seems Lord Fordside was a renowned sculptor, though his works were somewhat sinister.
Follow the trail of green lights to investigate past events. I can't do anything there. Oh, it's so creepy. All the noises.
Globe resting in a beautiful wooden stand.
My lady, I would kindly ask that once the midday service is complete, you grant me a few moments of your time in the library. John Merver, your housekeeper.
So,
Oh?
the housekeeper left a note for the Countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step.
So do I go over here? I do. Okay.
The housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. She never got to drink it. Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day.
Okay.
An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter? Lipstick stains. Same shade the Countess wore when she visited my office.
Suspicious. Oh wait, there's a book here.
Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their ancestors.
Sir Alaric, an astronomer and a romantic who saw in the stars metaphors for his loneliness. In 1842, during a total eclipse, he swore that the diamond ring around the moon was the spirit of his wife Eleanor, who had died giving birth. From that moment on, his telescope never ceased to aim at the sun, seeking to capture that eternal moment. And this is Eleanor. Sharp no scar on her cheek, hands hardened by iron and mud of balaclava. Amid the roar of the Crimean cannons, a silver medical kit now stained with gunpowder and memory held not only wounds but the hidden truth behind a colonel's death. The sage he swore to protect that secret, and that the oath still lingers within the walls. Lord Cedric, a man with a prominent nose and a wandering soul whose steps trace paths where only blank maps once had laid. Cartographer to Queen Victoria, he devoted his life to naming the unnameable, jingles that swallowed expectations, rivers that erased borders, and villages whose names only he remembered. His globe now cracked by time and the salt of 1,000 seas, bears between its meridians the scars of a man who preferred to get lost rather than return. And Lady Isolde, Isolde, I've never heard of that name before. A pianist with inferior hands and a drowned heart. After losing her beloved in the wreck of the SS Meridian, her nocturnes became unnamed requiems. Her final composition, Elegy in Blue, rests on ebony music stand in the library. Its notes sketch waves but never kiss the shore, and its pauses echoes the silence of the wind never given out. Okay. It doesn't help me.
Another painting by Elodie. There's something deeply disturbing about her work. The lock has been concealed. This door must open by some other means. The Fordside family crest, a rampant dragon, a time-honoured symbol across European heraldry, particularly among the English and the Welsh. 2 chairs, one of them knocked over. It seems they met here, but something went wrong during the conversation.
I am very angry. After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
Okay.
The Countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post so suddenly?
Oh, there's a fire over here.
Lady Fordside, still seething, burned something in the fireplace.
Where am I? What happened? My lady, I have reached a decision, though it weighs heavily upon my heart to sever the ties that have long bound to me to this household. Since the reign of King William IV, my family have served Bloomsbury with unwavering loyalty and a steadfastness, marked by discretion and a faithful execution of our duties. However, there are limits to all things, and of late the house has been frequented by certain individuals whose presence is wholly at odds with the principles to which my lineage is so devoted. It is no coincidence that our family motto is Oblatus, signifying something offered or concentrated. We are vassals of an ideal, the construct. I don't know what that word is. Custodians of the most deep-rooted tradition and the bastions of the internal values of our nation. This house has forsaken all of this, and you well know the reasons why. Please do not concern yourself. I too understand why you have allowed this. Rest assured, I do not judge you harshly, just as I hope you will understand my reasons. As my family says, best wishes, Joan.
The housekeeper resigned. Seems something, or someone, troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place.
I feel there's still a light here. Did she leave? I don't have the key. Why did John Marvel leave? Don't know what that means. It's definitely not that. And I can't go in there. I don't know what tab is. Like, I don't know what tab does. Who are you? So wait, hold on. So Eleanor, is that Eleanor? Or is that Eleanor? What does her hair look like? Okay, I think this one's Eleanor. So Eleanor should be looking at you. I think. I don't think that's right though. No, I don't. Hmm. I don't understand what it wants me to do with those statues. Because it is the only thing left to do. In 1842, during a total eclipse, he swore that the diamond ring around the moon was the spirit of his wife Eleanor. So what? This person? Can I get you all the way around to look at your telescope? Okay. And you... I remember wrote about Cannon's a silver medical kit. Colonel's medical kit. Okay, I get it. Okay, so I turn you to look at that. I think this is right. And then he wants to look at his globe. Which he's currently staring at, which is fine. And then she will want to look at her piano. Did I do it? Do you want to turn over again? There we go. Okay, I just had to use my little noggin.
Sort of private study for the Countess. Lady Margaret and a young woman. I suppose it's Elodie. They look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time.
What's this?
She was committed to a psychiatric facility. But she supposedly recovered from whatever ailed her.
Lady Margaret. Pardon me, I am writing to you as an attending physician word to provide an update on your daughter Elodie's progress. It was with great pleasure that I report her notable improvement. Elodie now confides that she is no longer experiencing dark thoughts. Most importantly, the nightmares have subsided and she has begun to communicate more appropriately with her fellow patients, a crucial step in her recovery. Elodie has also asked me to relay a request. She would like you to bring her amber necklace when you visit this Sunday. I will continue to keep you informed of her progress. Okay,
This looks like the key to the main hall. Could be my way into the heart of the house.
Nothing. Anything else that I might be interested in here? No? Okay. It sounds like I had a song going.
That cold, old house had begun to give up its secrets. For a fleeting moment, I thought I heard the voice of a young woman, softly humming a tune. And then it hit me.
Here lies Elodie.
In the dark. A ghost from the past was ready to speak. A tale of love and dread. A mystery begging to be solved.
Oh no, it stopped. Oh, it stopped. Oh, okay. Oh, I hate that. I hate that it just stopped there. I was just getting into it. Okay, thanks for playing our demo. We really appreciate you taking the time to try it out. Your feedback and support help us keep improving. If you enjoyed the experience, we'd love a quick comment or wish list. It generally makes a difference. See you in the full release. I am 100% getting this game when it comes out. I was hooked. The puzzles were great. Yeah, it took me a minute to figure them out, to solve them, but I was solved. Like, I knew I had to point the statues some direction, and I thought it was the couples that had to be pointed together, but obviously it was the things that they loved the most. But yes, apart from a little text at the beginning where it seemed to be misplaced, I don't see anything wrong with this game, and I think everybody should be popping over and wishlisting it if you love a detective mystery game. And it's fully voice acted, so it makes, makes anybody's job a bit easier, doesn't it? No reading. But yes, if you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. We are on our journey to 1k subscribers, and I would love to have you along on the journey with us. If you want to know any other social medias that I may be on, all the links will be in the description down below, including my business email if you would like to get in contact. And we'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.